Welcome to our first EVO 2024, creating basic H5P hands-on collaboratively. So here's our agenda for today. There'll be an introduction. We will be introducing ourselves. We're going to get acquainted. We're going to talk about the general overview, the digital badges, and the certificates. Number 2, activities before week 1. So there was the layout of the course. There's a profile that you needed to fill out, netiquette, online rules, which many people have already participated in, and screen recorders. Number 3, we're going to look at activities for week 1, the overview of week 1, the discussion forums, video tutorials, readings, and collaborative peer learning. And number 4, we're going to look at the external sources of where you will be designing your H5Ps, which is onlineCoursesForFree.com. And you will be given a sandbox for free on that website.
Okay, let's meet the moderators. Thank you, Liz. In this course, we will be 3 moderators, Dr. Nelly, Elizabeth, and Andrea, that's me. Okay, I've been teaching English for quite a long time, over 35 years, and I'm a program and materials developer at ICANA, a binational center in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I've been a TESOL member since 2020, and in 2023, I participated in ABLA 2023 conference. I delivered a workshop with some colleagues on how to teach kids and adapt material in face-to-face and virtual environments. Now, let's hear a bit more about Liz.
Well, I'm Elizabeth, and I have a Bachelor of Arts in English linguistics and Portuguese linguistics. I have my OSALTA from TESOL, Ontario, and UFT. ICTL also is part of TESOL, Ontario. I'm a TESOL member. I have a post-TESOL certificate training from Learn IT to Teach Stage 3. So I am Learn IT to Teach Stage 3 certified, and I have taught ESL to adults for over 24 years. I use Call and Tell and Moodle to deliver my lessons and my classes, and I have taught ESL to foreign learners in a private school here in Toronto, and I have taught ESL and Link for the last 23 years.
Wow.
That's about
Elizabeth,
it.
can you explain some of these acronyms, like LINK, which looks really powerful?
Ontario Certified English Language Teachers, the OSALT. So it's only for Ontario. Each province has their own designations. And this one is International Certificate of Teacher of English as an Additional Language. That's ICTL, which is also accredited by TESOL, Ontario. And TESOL is Teacher of English as a Second Language, which is the certificate I obtained from University of Toronto way back. And PTCT is a designation. It's like post-TESOL certificate training, which is offered by different organizations. There's some for grammar and stuff. And then TESOL Ontario, when you get that certificate from, like this one's from Avenue, and basically, or New Language Solutions, and then I submit that to TESOL Ontario, and they give me that designation.
Great.
Or that certificate. It's all on LinkedIn. If anyone's curious, you can go have a look at it there.
Thank you.
And I guess it's your turn, Dr. Nelly.
Yes, that's me. Okay. I used to teach K-12 EFL in the K-12 and higher education. Now I focus more on teacher training and teacher education. I've been involved with a Call IS since 1992, and I am the co-chair of TESOL Call IS, and that's Computer Assistant Language Learning Intersection. And I'm also on the EVO Electronic Village Online for 2024. I was the lead a couple of times, and now I'm just a coordinator. And I have changed slightly. Hi there, Brian. I've slightly changed my focus to immersive technologies, which is virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. And I teach that at a distance at a university in Greece called the International Hellenic University. And it's all fully online because I'm from Toronto and not Greece. So I think that's about it. And Moodle, of course, is my baby, as those of you who know me.
Yeah.
And it has been since 2003. So I'm in my 21st year anniversary of Moodle as an admin and teacher and so on. So thank you. Really wonderful to be here and to have everyone with us.
Okay,
So
but it's time to.
it's time to get acquainted. And we just have a question for you. Just let us know where you're from and in the chat so we can greet you.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think people already wrote that when they came in. Maybe we'll have to
Okay,
go
people
back.
from Canada.
Okay, so Tony,
from Ontario,
Christine
different
from
parts
Essex,
of
Ontario,
Ontario.
welcome.
Okay,
Leia,
from Buenos
oh,
Aires, Argentina, Alejandra. Wow. Okay.
Tona from
From
Alberta,
Toronto,
Canada,
from Poland, from
Iceland,
Bulgaria.
-50, I heard.
Great. From
And
different
Natalia from Mississauga, Ontario.
places from Ontario. Great.
And
From
Nova
Toronto.
Scotia.
Richmond
Hi,
Hill,
Brian.
Ontario. And welcome, Samina Nazir from Ontario as well.
We've got
Wow,
Newfoundland.
so many people.
No,
Great.
New Brunswick. Sorry about that. New Brunswick.
Okay, so
Yeah.
people from
And Victoria,
lots of
BC.
places.
Tony Vernon. That's amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, and we are an international organization. So there's someone here also from Bangladesh. We learned right.
And
Yeah, from
Johannesburg.
yeah,
Don't
Bangladesh.
forget South Africa.
So we have
Wow,
people
South
from
Africa.
this entire earth. Wow, look at
Yeah.
that, South Africa as well. Salome from Kitchener, Ontario. I hope I said your name right.
And Winnipeg.
Oh,
You're
that
right,
too?
that's me. Yeah.
I guess
You
from
can
coast to
unmute
coast and
yourselves.
beyond.
You can unmute
Yes,
yourselves.
you can unmute yourselves if you prefer to introduce yourself that way. It's we're keeping this fun and informal.
Okay.
Love Vitalia's comment. Wow, so many eager beavers all over the world. I
Yeah.
agree, Vitalia. That's what it is. Eager beavers
Yeah.
with a passion.
Okay.
So now to look at our overview. So we're going to focus on the advantages of using H5P interactive activities in your teaching context. And everybody knows that mine is Link and how to apply H5Ps to Link and to the Canadian language benchmarks. We're going to look how to use Creative Commons copyright licenses. And I know Shona's here. She knows a lot about that. So I'm looking forward to learning a lot more. Attribute the CC material, your own work and the work of others. It is so important. And we're going to share and discuss how to find CC images, audio, and videos, and how to credit them if we use them in our H5Ps. We're going to familiarize ourselves with basic H5P activity types, such as like text-based, with images, with audio. We'll touch upon video as well. There are 3 ways you can add H5P content to your Moodle. One of them is through the Moodle site by using the blue activity type, which is used in many platforms, and in the one I use daily.
Okay.
Which is the black activity type. Andrea will show you video tutorials using that type. Lumi Education will show you how to add it through Lumi, which is pretty much the same process. you're going to upload your H5Ps created on Lumi to the Moodle course if you wish. You're going to make video tutorials and show us how you created your basic H5Ps activities each week. And you're going to create several basic H5P activities, and that is what you get to take away with you. And here are our beautiful digital badges. So there
Yes.
is week 1, week 2, week 3, 4, and 5.
Okay. And we will get these badges.
There's a little order mix up here.
Yeah. Okay. We will get these badges, when we complete all the tasks required for each week. And if we get the 5 of them, all of them, we will get the certificate of participation by the end of the session, by the end of the course.
And there'll be a certificate of. So if you complete all the tasks in the course for weeks, certificate of completion, and that certificate you can present to your professional organization for PD hours. TESOL Ontario is offering 10 PD hours to their members, and Tutela is offering PD hours. Doubly what TESOL Ontario is doing. And here is an overview of the course.
The layout of the
So on your
course.
left-hand side, you have your course index. Yes, the layout of the course. So you have your course index here, which is like an index and just shows you all the parts in the course. You have the center block. So this is what it looks like. So each week is at the top, and these are little tabs that you can just click on, and then underneath you see what's in each section. So to get to the virtual live session, you just click on that, you scroll down, and you'll see how to get in. And this is the right block, which you can minimize or open as you see fit or need. So you can even use the little X here to close the left block as well, and then you have a larger viewing area, more real estate in Moodle 4.3. And now this takes
Okay.
us to your profile.
Yeah. So one of the required tasks for the registration week was to edit your profile, edit your country and time zone. And well, we have seen that some of you have already edited the profile. Others are probably going to do so during this week. It's very simple. We just click on the arrow, and a drop down menu will be displayed. We click on profile, then we will click on edit profile, and the general steps are mentioned there with first name, last name, email address, and the country and time zone. Okay, is that
And
important, Liz? Why is that
yes,
important?
your first name and your last name is important, that it matches your professional organization's name, so that when the issued certificate and you complete the course is issued to you, it has your real name on it, and not like, Elizabeth ESL teacher, Elizabeth instructor, or, something along those lines, or, rookie frog or whatever. So it is very important that you do use your real name, as I know that the certificate does count for, PD hours if that's what you need. And also selecting your country and your time zone is very important, so that you know when the live meetings are starting, because otherwise you'll be late or you won't come at all. But that's okay. If you can't come, it's no worries, because all this is being recorded and uploaded to YouTube. So it's nice to have you here. Next.
Yep.
Netiquette, online rules. We've seen a lot of action. I answered a few people, and we're going to be answering some more people. It's just I ran out of time, and I had some issues this week that I had to deal with, and I couldn't get back to that. But definitely today I'm going to go in there and see what everyone's added. So I hope you've had a chance to watch the videos on YouTube, and you just click on them and you link to them. And no, we're not going to watch that.
Okay, here
Our
we
next
show
topic is
you,
screen recorders.
yeah, and here we show you some of the screen recorders you might choose to record and create your videos about the H5P activities for each week. I'm sure you are familiar with some of them. The idea is to choose the one you prefer, the one you feel confident with. Okay, I personally like Screenpal or Vimeo, but maybe Canva is a choice, or Flip, or any other screen recorder of your choice.
Yeah, and I use Snagit, and their screen capture recording thing. So that's my choice. So you can also use a screen recorder that comes with your computer or the screen capture. Those work as well.
Yeah. But well, where are we going to publish our videos? Well, on some of these platforms that we share with you today. Probably you're familiar with YouTube, Vimeo, Google Drive, or you can choose the one of your choice.
I would choose YouTube,
Yeah,
planning on
me
becoming
too.
a YouTuber. And also I think that there's like, once you reach a certain amount of people and followers and stuff, you get some money back, no?
Yeah,
That would be
exactly.
kind of nice. Yeah, but you can choose whatever you want or whatever you prefer. I am familiar with YouTube and I've posted some videos on there, but I've posted some on Vimeo as well. The rest, I'm not quite sure how they work, but we can learn together. So here's an overview of week 1. So the objective is to get acquainted with the participants and the course tools. So we're going to be introducing ourselves. There's a required task in week 1. We're going to review some key Moodle functionalities. I hope that you are already familiar with Moodle. If not, we can help you out. And we're going to introduce you, of course, to screen recorders. Also
Okay.
in week 1, there's going to be some understanding of interactive content, in this case, H5P content. And we're going to explore the potential of interactive content in teaching. You're going to engage in discussions about the advantages of H5P in educational context, in this case, your educational context. So if you're a link teacher, we're going to look at that. Discuss your prior experience with multimedia elements such as pictures, audio, songs, videos for your environment or your teaching environment. We're going to gain insights into the Creative Commons, open domain, and become familiar with Creative Commons licenses. And that's one of the reading tasks for this week. And there is another required task, which is another forum discussion, which is we're going to talk about the art of crediting other
Creators,
creditors,
ceasing
creators.
works.
Sorry, yes. Yes, thank you. So we're going to credit, it's very important to credit others and their work. We're going to also test your knowledge with an H5P that I created, which is one of the final tasks you will be creating, which is an H5P question set with all the questions that you'll be learning in week 1, 2, and so on. Next slide.
Okay. So, as you can see, there will be some required tasks for this week, for week 1. To summarize, we're going to introduce ourselves. We're going to talk about advantages of H5Ps in educational context. We are going to work with different multimedia elements. We're going to focus on Creative Commons licenses and how to credit our own work and others. And finally, we are going to test your knowledge on all this.
And of course, this one is in blue and it was created by me, and I really would love any feedback. It is just a simple text-based one, but we'll show you how to add video content and images and audio to your H5Ps in the following weeks. So week 1, you're going to familiarize yourself with CC licenses. So there's a few readings as well as H5P and the effectiveness of H5P in improving your students' learning in your context. So there's a few readings here. Read them at your leisure. You
And
can read
something
one
very
or all. It's
important is that there will be support forums in every week and
yeah,
a help
and
desk for time-sensitive issues in the overview, just to make you feel we are there with you at all times.
yes,
So if you
we're
have any doubt, don't hesitate to write your question in the support forums, and either Liz, Nelly, or I will answer your queries as soon as possible.
we believe in answering each and everybody's questions. We believe it's very important to answer people's questions. If people ask questions, it's because they really need that help and support, and that's what we believe in. And we are all volunteers. So if we don't get to you right away, it's because we're busy with our classes and everything else, but we will get to you, we promise. Did I skip something?
I don't think
No.
so. Yeah.
No. Okay. And in week 2, you're going to get your H5P playground or sandbox or whatever you want to call it. And it is at online courses for free. It is free, and you'll get your H5P sandbox and you'll start creating that week. So in week 2, once you get your badge for week 1, you can also choose your course. They're all the same anyway. They're just a sandbox course.
And you can invite participants to have a look at your creations in your
Yes, and get
sandboxes.
feedback. And that is what makes this amazing. And that's where all the collaboration comes in. So you can join each other's courses and see what people are creating. Of course, all of us teach different levels. And it would be interesting to see what people are teaching in their
Environments, yeah, in their teaching
environments. Yeah.
environments.
I teach literacy and low levels like CLB 1 and 2. And so most of my focus will be on those levels because, of course, the idea of this course is it's hands-on, but it's stuff that you can take away and use in your class the following week or, right away, because you can download
So
and upload
it's Q&A
H5P
time,
class.
people. Let's share some questions. You can unmute yourself if you have any question, or write it in the chat box, and we will be ready to answer them if we can.
That's right. Don't be shy.
Oh, Amelia. Okay, you can unmute yourself, Amelia.
Okay. Oops.
You're still muted. Okay.
I did that. Could somebody help me out here? Dr. Nelly,
Okay.
I thought I
think
could.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Good. There you
Okay.
are.
Hi,
Okay.
everyone, and thank you to the moderators for this really interesting training. My question is other LMS platforms, so other than Moodle, which I'm familiar with, but the college that I work for is based on D2L or Brightspace,
I
and I
think you
know
can
they're
use it.
okay.
If it
Great.
has like if you've seen H5Ps on there, you could probably use it. I've heard that desire to learn, you can.
Okay. Great. I see someone else responded too.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that.
More questions.
Come on. Don't be shy. Okay.
So I use Moodle personally.
Okay, Shauna said she doesn't have any questions. Shauna, I'm so happy you're here. I have seen your wonderful videos. Thanks to Liz, who showed them to me, and I really need to say that your videos are super, super. Yeah.
Well,
They're-
thank you. I have to say thank you to Elizabeth because she's been using, I make for everyone else, in my spare time, I make videos for basically low level English learners in Canada,
They're
but
amazing.
Liz has taken and like elevated them, like taken my videos and then turned them into other interactive activities. And so that's why I'm here to learn how to do that, right? That we can build on the work that each other are doing and make it better for our learners.
So this is just the basic building blocks to create interactive videos, which will be our next session, which we're going to try to have it as a year-round continuous intake course on Dr. Nelly's site, if she'll allow that. And like you can then join. So once you have the building blocks, once you have the creating basic H5Ps, you can then join and create interactive videos, course presentations. So everything we teach you here is what you need to create those bigger packages, the books. Yeah, there's all kinds of new activities on H5P. It's a really powerful tool.
Okay. Hazran, Dr. Hazran, posted a question. Um, it says, as it is my first EVO course, I wonder if there is any scaffold while encountering any glitch, clarification, and so, or TIA.
I think the support forum will help with that. So if you have
Yeah,
questions, please ask. No question
feel
will
free.
go unanswered. Because when I was first starting off, it was a nightmare for me. And it was during the pandemic that I really got into Moodle. And like it's like people thought that, you know, like there was a lot of assuming I felt where people thought that you actually knew how to do certain things, and the thing is I didn't. So I asked questions, and lots of them.
Okay,
Questions
Brian.
are brilliant,
Exactly.
Elizabeth. I think that as teachers, I know for myself, and I know every teacher that I know loves questions because that's an opportunity to help students, and that's what we're here for, to
Exactly.
learn
Right,
how
and
to
to
help
learn.
us.
Exactly.
So
learn from each
questions are
other.
really important. Yeah, it's important
Can
because you
I
learn.
ask a question here?
Yes,
Just something
please.
in my mind.
Yes.
It's Mona.
Sure,
Hi.
Mona, go
I
ahead.
Hi, Mona.
Okay, I'm thinking, I'm not sure if this is related to this or not, but when I want to assign some assignment to students, if I have that is in my mind that if I have a bag for each person with their name, for example, I have a bag for Dr. Nelly, and I have a bag for Andrea and for Elizabeth. So when you click your name, so the bag will open with the question. For example, you write 5 nouns. She writes 5 verbs, for example. So this way, they can open their bag and they can do their task. Is there such a thing? You have seen it, this kind of activity, or is there
That
something that I
sounds
can? Yeah.
that sounds like an individual educational plan. You could do that on Moodle, but that's not what we're going to be doing here. This basically H5P gives you a chance to do questions by yourself, and also each person on Moodle has a grade book, and you can go in there and see your grades. So I made the H5P about Creative Commons this week, the one you're going to try with the true false questions, multiple choice. There's like pretty much everything that we're going to be learning in the second week on there in a question set. You can see how that works. Then you can see your results. The teacher could see each and every student's results. That is what's amazing about the Moodle platform, I think. And if you're lucky enough to be on or fortunate enough to be on a platform where they have an e-portfolio attached to it, then it's another way that you can see your students' results if you tag your questions or your activities to the e-portfolio.
Yeah, I thought that sometimes it's would be interesting for students to see something different than as a regular, Q&A or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I mean,
Mona, you might want to join Moodle for Teachers, the session on that,
Yeah.
if you're interested in working on courses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The H5P is for the activity.
An
It
activity
uses
type.
H5P. Yeah, exactly. And Moodle is more general area to create an online course. And of course, what you're asking, you've got some great ideas there. I'd love
Yeah.
to see you implement them on Moodle.
Yeah, but Moodle for Teachers is amazing. That's the course I took last year, and I started a week late because I was doing student tools for collaboration, or the other course that Dr. Nelly was offering. And I just, it didn't really interest me, and I went into the Moodle for Teachers, and that's where it took off because it really opened my eyes, and I was able to ask questions and get answers and feel supported. It was just an amazing experience. And I met
that's where we
Andrea, and this is
met.
how we are here. And
That's
we
where we met.
started, so that one is also hands-on. You also get yourself a sandbox and you design your own activities. And there are many activity types, assignments, quizzes. I'm not sure what Dr. Nelly is doing this year, and
There are a lot.
but
There's so many
A lot.
that I
All
don't
right.
think you
Thank
went
you so
into
much.
all
There's
of
a
them.
lot of learning
But-
to do. Okay. Appreciate that. Thank you.
But I
and
think
it's all
that
hands-on. So whatever you create, you can
all
take
the
with you to
EVO
your
sessions,
LMS.
all the EVO
Okay.
sessions are
Okay.
hands-on, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say
That's
that
good.
Brian said that he's interested in creating videos. That's his focus. Would this
That's great.
would this work for him, or would another
Sure,
course
he's going to
on?
create video tutorials of how he creates his H5Ps. That'll work. It's a starting point.
Okay, I'm just thinking
Okay.
that there are other courses on video-based mobile learning, for
Yeah.
example, and there are other sessions that you might maybe do both and see how it goes.
Christine Matthews has a question because there's a hand raised.
Yes, I am using Moodle. I'm using Avenues. I teach strictly online for Link, and I use a lot of the H5Ps that are pre-constructed. And the reason that I'm here, and it's really not so much a question, but a thank you for this class, is I'm terrified to create my own material.
Don't
Don't be.
feel,
It's really
don't
easy.
feel
No, it's not
terrified.
that I'm afraid to do it. I'm afraid of the licensing piece. I'm afraid of the legalities of it. I do a lot of quizzes and activities, and every time I do one, I think, oh, am I using someone else's material? Is this wrong? Is this right? So I try to use things that are already in Tutela or created by someone like Elizabeth. So they've done the work of it. And then I don't have the fear that I'm doing something that's illegal. So that's why I've done lots of things in my Avenue program, but nothing like an H5P or a full-on book, because I'm a little nervous about citing it, making sure that it's okay to use the material. So that's what I'm here to learn, is how to put it together so I'm safe.
So
Yeah.
Christine, I'm also on Avenue, and I created a lot of stuff, and a lot of it I cannot publish because stage 3 lacks that Creative Commons license piece. And then in the stage 4, I feel that it's not very complete.
I'm in stage 4 now,
Yeah,
and it's still not comfortable.
Yeah,
Okay.
and basically here we're going to focus a lot on that because we feel that should be taught first, so that you feel comfortable using whatever. So I've used a lot of images. I've used images with watermarks in the beginning, but that was during the pandemic and before I knew what I know today. So I cannot publish any of that stuff. And Shona's here. Shona knows I wrote to her and I asked her, can I publish this? Are you comfortable with this? Because at that moment in time, I was also unsure if I could do that. So I've created some interactive H5Ps with her stuff. Her stuff is Creative Commons, and I've licensed my stuff under the same license. And that's all stuff you're going to learn. And it's a
Okay.
learning process. It's a learning journey.
Yeah,
And it takes time.
of course.
It's not overnight. And that was something I was terrified of. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why a lot of my stuff is not published, and only stuff that I actually created from scratch, I published on
I guess we all have gone through the
to
same
tell us as
worries.
well.
Yes, especially during the pandemic. I guess we all had these same worries if we were doing things right, illegal. Um, but well, that's why we're here, people. Amelia raised a
Amelia,
hand.
yes, Amelia has,
Sorry,
and then one other person.
Amelia,
Thank you.
sorry if I mispronounced your name.
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect. Thank you. So with the H5P, so for language courses, it seems pretty clear to me how this is connected, especially to listening and to reading. But for productive skills, speaking, writing, are we able to use H5P for real world tasks? I'm kind of coming from the link world here.
Yeah, you can use H5P for real world tasks, like you said, reading, writing, and listening, because you can use H5Ps for listening. Even skill building tasks should focus on the Canadian language benchmarks, and many of them are posted on Tutela. Like I've posted some that you could use for skill building, and then it leads to, other skills and tasks
Okay.
and so on. But for speaking, what I've done is I use forums on New Language Solutions. I use forums a lot. I get my students to type, like for digital literacy, just type up every morning the date and then read the date into the microphone. And I've taught them like step by step by step, like over and over and over again. And
Great.
every day, because there's continuous intake, there's new students. So sometimes
Yes, you're always
I get
teaching.
my most confident, no, I get my most confident students to do it, to
Okay.
take over my computer, and here you go. You teach
Okay,
how to do
that's
this.
interesting. Does the H5P have the capacity, for example, if we want to kind of give a conversation prompt or imagine a conversation, and then the student can record his or her response verbally? Is that possible with an H5P, to your knowledge?
There is one where you could
Yeah.
do a speaking activity, but it's unfortunate because it does not work on iOS, which is any Apple product.
I
So
see.
I
Yeah.
tend not to use that. I would
Right.
prefer to ask questions even orally through a
Mhm.
forum post or a forum. And also the forums go to the ePortfolio on Avenue that I know you're in there. So I just thought I'd plug that in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
and
Thank
that's
you.
amazing. And then, they can get the feedback as well from the teacher. So I love that. Yeah.
Too bad.
Linda has a question. Oh, yeah, Nelly.
Yeah, Linda.
I was just going to say that too bad they don't have Poodle on Avenue.
Yeah.
No, they do. We
Oh,
do
they
have
do?
read aloud. Yeah. The read aloud is excellent for, I use everything
I
that's
use
available
Poodle
to
all the
me.
time. Yeah,
That makes
Poodle's
sense.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Poodle
I
activities
use
are
Poodle
amazing.
activities. Yeah, my students, level 5, 6, I will give them a task, and then they will record the answers, and then I score that for some of their speaking skill using.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mhm.
I mean, so do I, but of course it's lower levels, so
Yeah.
it's simple questions. Yeah, whatever can
Okay,
be
so
done that way.
Linda has a question.
Actually, kind of a question comment. I'm teaching English for academic purposes at Fanshawe College, and I've been using H5P for a massive 3 weeks now. So I'm a real newbie at this. I haven't created a lot of things by myself. I've kind of been pirating things off the Ontario College website. And two, in the back of my mind, Christine, you just said what I've been not really verbalizing. Is this legal? Am I taking things? So I really do want to understand that whole Creative Commons concept and what's legal, what isn't, you know, how do you, where can you put it?
So the
Everything
stuff
about it.
offered through the Ontario College, that site, that website, I can't remember the exact name for it. It's all legal. You can use it because it's all Creative Commons. It's created by other
Okay.
teachers for teachers or professors for teachers, whatever. Yeah, you can take it and use it. I'll get the correct name of it. I think it's in I think I've posted it in one of the articles on our in our course, but I'll add it in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Vitalia,
Hi. I wanted to
hi.
say, we were talking about Poodle. I use the daily weather report at the start of each
Yes.
class. I teach a link 2 and a 3 and a 4. So to encourage speaking and more confidence and pronunciation, intonation, and the works, what I do is show on my smart board the daily weather report, and the students will have to record on their devices, in Avenue, in class,
That's what I
simultaneously.
do.
They have to record their voice and read out the numbers. So it's basically numeracy 2 and reading symbols like it's -1 degree Celsius or the wind speed is 10 kilometers per hour. So they do all this on a daily basis, and the students just love it because they
Yeah,
feel
so do
they're
mine.
contributing.
That's right. They love it. And then they see it in the forum. They go in there. They, here's another listening component. They listen to each other speaking. Like Poodle is amazing. The forum posts with the Poodle, I love it. It gets them to practice all 3, 4 language skills right in the morning. So I get them to copy from the forum post. I'm like, here's what you need to copy. Like, good morning, everyone. How are you today? They answer that
Exactly.
question, and then they copy the date. And then I give them little blanks in there as we go along.
So I have this
So-
one document I created that teaches them the date, and I give it to them at the start of each month. So they copy down the date, they write it in different formats because they need to learn. So I'll tell them for
Exactly.
the first part of the month, first 10 days, you write MMDDYY, or you know how when you fill in forms, you get the different formats. Then they write the temperature. What is the temperature in the degrees Celsius? So it has to be a capital C. Then they have to write the symbols or the stroke kilometers per hour and conditions. Then they also learn to read symbols like when the weather network shows you 2 flakes, then you know exactly how much snow is expected, or 2 drops of rain, and they understand. Now at the end of the month, we do a comparative and we say it was colder at the start of the month versus now, or we do some kind of grammar activity comparing 2 days, 2 weeks, or whatever.
Exactly.
Really
And that's
love
what
it.
amazing. And exactly what's happening right here today, all this sharing of all these great ideas is what I wanted from this course. And that's what I hope as we go along and we share more ideas, it'll bring up more ideas from within us to develop more meaningful H5Ps that are more directed to the Canadian language benchmarks, in my case, and our, teaching environment.
Oh, Nelly
So-
has a question or comment.
Yes, she does.
Oh,
Are
you
we
saw
running out of
that.
time?
I'm trying to, yeah. No, I just
Yeah.
wanted to say about Poodle, that Justin Hunt, the developer and owner of Poodle, will be giving a talk on the latest, I should put the hand down, on the latest events with Poodle's latest activities, and you're all welcome to join. It's going to be, I just added the link in the chat. It's going to be at the end of February, around the 20th,
Great.
between the
Great.
23rd and
Homaria?
25th.
Homaria also has her hands up. Thank you for that, Dr. Nelly.
Yeah, but
That's
I
really
also want to say
informative.
that, yeah, we need to wrap up. Sorry.
Yep.
I hope I can join. Yes, it's 11:45. And Dr. Nelly has the AI session next. So if you haven't joined that and you're willing
It's,
to, I'm sure that's going to be the most interesting session.
That's not true. You can't say that.
But
That's not-
yeah, it's a going thing, right? And it's for teachers, by teachers, for the
H5P
teaching environment.
is the going thing.
I hope so. Let's see how
Okay,
it goes.
so if you have further questions, feel free to ask all of your questions
Homaria?
and the course in the comments, posting comments in the forum we created for post live session questions and comments. Thank you for coming. And
Homeria has a question, so I
oh,
think we should
okay.
answer that. Homeria, would you like to take
Hi.
the floor? Hello.
Hi, hello. Sorry, I have a quick question. I joined late. I'm a little bit lost with this class, so maybe you answered my question earlier. But my question is like I really like this H5P and I use that in my classes. I want to know if in this class you teach me how to make an H5P from scratch, or you are just focusing on how to use that in the class.
No, we are focusing on creating your own H5Ps for your teaching environment. So in my
Oh,
case,
that's
I'm going to
good.
focus
Yeah.
on creating H5Ps for lower levels. That is CLB 1, 1L, 2, and
Mhm.
2L, because that is my focus. But you created, if you're teaching like for academic purposes, go ahead, create H5Ps for academic purposes. It's, 4, 5, 6, link 4, 5, 6, whatever you're teaching, create for your levels.
Oh, that's great.
And
And do I need a specific program for that?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
Maybe leave it to the
Should
support
I
form.
upload a program like an app, or I buy something to
No,
create my?
everything will
Mhm.
be within the course itself. Everything's free. Lumi Education, I'm not sure, but I think they're becoming paying, or they are expecting donations or something. Have to look into that further, but Lumi Education is an app that you could download and put it on your computer and then create offline. If that
Okay, thank
is,
you.
and that is
Yeah.
like, I didn't pay anything for
Okay.
mine, and that is what I used just the other day when there was an issue that I couldn't add any H5Ps in my environment.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
I know Nelly is, yeah,
Yeah, she's
in a
getting
hurry.
ready for her AI course, and she
So,
needs to use the Zooms. So
yeah.
we're going to wrap it up. But again, just to iterate what Andrea said, if you have any more questions, this video will be posted in a forum. Of course, because we love to hear from you, and we can continue and answer any more questions in that forum. Just add them there. So anybody who's not here and was not or couldn't like attend the live session for any reason, you can add your questions there and we will get back to you. We will
Okay.
answer every question.
So,
Thank you. Thank you everybody for coming.
let's take a picture. Let's take a picture
Sure.
and we
Everybody,
leave.
cameras on. Cameras on. We'll take a picture.
Okay, you can stop sharing. Liz, remember escape button.
Thank you. And also I'm learning Zoom because I'm very familiar with Big Blue Button, but Zoom is not my friend.
Okay, let's take a picture.
And then stop sharing.
You take the
Wow.
picture, Liz?
Sure, I'll take the picture, but there's a lot
Okay.
of empty spaces here.
Okay.
We can make hearts.
Lots of hearts. There we go.
Thank you, everybody, for
Thank
coming. It
you.
was fantastic. Thank you very, very much. And
Thank
it's
you.
a
The next
pleasure
session
to
on
meet
next
all of you.
Saturday?
And I look forward to working with you. Next Saturday, the session is at 10 a.m. Today it was because of the kickoff session.
10
We
a.m.
started later.
And that's
Mhm.
Eastern
10 a.m.
time?
Yes,
Eastern
Eastern
time.
Standard Time.
Okay.
Okay.
And how can I access the recording?
It
There,
will be on YouTube, and there'll be a link in the forum post in our course, in
yeah,
the H5P course on
we're going to
integrating
upload
technology.
it. Bye, people. See you next
Bye-bye.
Saturday.
See you.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye, Nelly.